right, thank you so much for tuning back in to another reaction video. My name is Chris.
My name is Sam.
We are Offset
Era.
Woohoo!
Wee!
All right. And as you've seen in the title, we're checking out Ayreon. This is probably the second or third, I think. I think it's the third video now.
Yeah, it's been a little while since we've checked them out.
So we did one of his videos where it's like a music video, and he had like a lot of comments about the video and how it was made. We really enjoyed that. He seems like a really cool person just from the way he described the things and how he was excited to work with each singer that he works with. It was really fun. And then we watched
Russell Allen, Hansi Kudish, Flor Jansen.
Right. And then we watched another one. It was a live video. It had a really raspy, I think her name was Maggie, really raspy female singer. And then a guy named Damien who was like very powerful vocally. He had to pull the mic like way out here. You guys didn't quite enjoy my comments on how I felt like he was choking it back too much, but that was my opinion. You guys may know more about him than I do. That's fine. No problems there. But you guys did suggest another one, so we're checking out the Sixth Extinction. It's coming from the live.
As opposed to the Fifth Extinction.
Yes.
Or the Seventh Extinction.
So this is a live performance.
The Sixth.
Live performance at the Live Beneath the Waves performance here. According to the description here, it looks like it was a DVD that came out. I guess it's coming out soon. It's just this was just posted not too long ago.
January 31st, 2024. So just over a month ago, like 5 weeks ago.
It looks like it's coming out. There's a couple different formats. Looks like it's going to be on Blu-ray,
DVD, CD.
So very cool. So if you guys like them, make sure you go and support this band. We've had a good time watching them. They're very interesting, and I love how he brings in just different members. A lot of you have mentioned that he doesn't really perform live, which I thought was kind of a strange thing, but let us know a little bit more about that. I would like to understand like what the reasoning is behind that, or if that's just always the case, or does he actually perform live in certain circumstances? If he's in this video, you'll have to let us know. We've tried to understand a little bit more about him, but we don't really see them very often, so let us know. But yeah, let's check out some of these comments on this video. What do we got here?
Arjun. Okay, guys, everybody wear black. Simone and Anneke. Sparkles? Arjun. Fine.
It looks like the channel actually replied to this.
Yeah.
There were comments on one of the bootleg videos about the misogynic costumes because of their speakers.
I can't imagine anyone gets to tell Simone or Anneke what to wear, but I definitely think they are coordinated.
Well, there you go.
I was there. Even Hansi had sparkles, probably because the glitter rubbed off on him.
Nice.
Oh, wait. Arjun, actually, at the Universe shows, I asked everyone to go crazy color clothes-wise. Then we assembled in the dressing room, and everyone was wearing black.
That was actually Arjun. I love that he took the time to actually reply to some of these comments.
That's really cool, because not everybody does that.
This one says, 70 years young and still kicking. I was lucky enough to get a hold of 3 tickets for the Sunday matinee and took both my sons with me.
Oh, that's cool.
I had high expectations, but this blew my mind. Thanks, Arjun, and everyone who made it possible for a great show.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
People looking in must be thinking, yeah, it looks like a cool gig, without any actual idea of what the whole experience of Tilburg, the friends you meet, the weekend experience, the concerts, the build-ups, the artist interactions with fans outside of the gigs, the whole thing can only be called an experience. Nobody goes to an Ayreon gig. It's a yearly 3-day holiday weekend. All your mates you've never even met before.
I love that feeling.
That's great.
Being with people that you don't even know, but you feel like you have a kinship to because of something you love together.
I've never met somebody before, Nick, and by the end of the weekend, you're a brother.
And with that, let's go ahead and jump into this one.
If for anyone jumping in with us for the very first time, welcome to the channel.
Welcome indeed. This will be our third, as we mentioned up at the top. Make sure you search Ayreon and Offset Era Reactions if you want to see the rest. I will go ahead and try to put together a playlist at the time of posting this, so you should have a playlist on our playlist section of our YouTube channel. But if you're not new to the channel,
you know what time it is.
You know what time it is.
It's time for
the glorious,
the epic transition. All
right, here we go. Without further ado, Ayreon, the Sixth Extinction. 01011001. You guys know what
Life
that
beneath
means?
the
Let us
wing.
know.
That's binary.
Binary for something.
According to Futurama, that code of zeros and ones is just gibberish. But if you were to do it backwards, it would mean death or die or something. Looks according to Futurama.
Okay. Let us know if that's accurate or not.
100011010. Ah!
All right, here we go. Wow, what a cool stage setup.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Is that a piano there?
Yeah, it is.
Is that the drums there?
That's so weird. It looks like he's in a cage or like an unfinished building. Is that a... Oh my gosh, is there a violin going on? Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Hey,
Oh,
cello.
the cello. I didn't see the cello.
Oh, that's gnarly.
It's the calm before the storm. It's the quiet before the war. It's the time when all will be decided. If nobody hears, the echoes of the way. Are you still with me, man? It's the end of the chain.
There's a nice little bass tone there.
It's the end of our reign. We've seen it all before. It's the end of man's evolution. For nobody hears the echoes of the way.
Uh-oh, who's walking up here? I think it is Simone. And what was the name? Anake?
Okay.
Anake. This is cool so far, really groovy.
Yeah.
What I'm really surprising though is you don't really hear any heavy chords. You're hearing a lot of the high end, and he's playing open chords. If you watch his hand, so he's playing like chords that we normally would see on an acoustic. Generally on electrics, we would play power chords, and they sound really crunchy and powerful. When you strum them really hard, they distort really well. So this is not really going for that heavy hard wreck sound. It sounds like it's more going for like a different type of sound. But it's still cool so far, groovy and melodic.
Yeah.
Let's see what these other females have to say here. Who's got bar chords there? Oh, yes.
Do you feel the fire?
Oh, I know her. So she's from Release the Archers.
Yeah.
That's where she's from.
And I think right there that's Hansi Kudish from Blind Guardian.
Okay, well they mentioned he was in it.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's
Yeah.
a lot of stage power, or a lot of
That's a lot of stage presence. That's
a lot of star power is what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of star power on stage here.
Beneath the Waves, Blind Guardian.
We released the Archers.
Yeah.
Oh my God, here we go.
Release the Arch. I said Beneath the Waves. Whoops.
Well, Beneath the Waves is what this is called.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not
From
far.
Beneath the Waves, we have Release the Archers and Blind Guardian and many
And
others.
many, many others. fire. Now we're moving to the next act, I guess. Next part of the story or whatever. Oh, the fire just boop, 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 boop.
Silence so loud, not a soul left alive.
Slow motion there.
Shroud, 2085. All our dreams have disappeared. They burned down a tree of life, confirming all that we have feared.
Love the background vocals.
2085. Don't give up. Remember how we felt.
Wow, what a shift there.
Yeah.
Rushing through our veins. Now's the time to rise up from our hell. Now's the time to free our brain. The meaning of life is to give life meaning. Go too fast.
Wow, the violence sounds really good there.
Restore the balance between thinking and feeling.
Ooh, nice high note.
Nice range.
And let it flow. No side has won. Struggle to survive. Our quest here is done. 2085. All our hopes have disappeared. Our race
I
will
love the counter melody that the other guy's singing. That's really good.
Time will not recall the year 2085. Don't give in. Remember all the love. Spark of life it did ignite. We're getting ready for which we yearn. We're gaining our will to fight. We must resolve this human equation. We're already dead if we don't try. To welcome challenge, generic variation.
It kind of reminds me of a rock opera.
Kind of.
And when
Yeah.
you talk about rock opera, who do you think about? Meatloaf? A little bit. Me, especially. Just because Bad Out of Hell and Bad Out of Hell 2. Have you,
Yeah.
did you ever listen to Meatloaf very much?
I know of the albums, but I haven't
Yeah.
listened to those albums from top to bottom.
I had them. They're very interesting. It's not generally my cup of tea as
When
far
I
as
think
it
rock
goes.
opera, I think The Who. Like
too.
Tommy, Quadrophenia.
Yeah. I think of Meatloaf, and the reason that he does it, not only does this remind me of that because there's a story involved here, they can obviously tell they're having a conversation, one
Yeah.
person singing about something, and it's, they're
All the different singers being different characters.
right, they're driving a narrative. Meatloaf didn't quite do that, but he did have like skits in the between of stuff. He had some spoken word things where music was still happening, some interesting things to listen to. So it does for me at least draw comparisons to that as a genre, maybe not as the sound particularly, but as far as like that rock opera, dramatic rock kind of thing happening, which I think is cool. I'd be surprised if any of you guys like Meatloaf. Maybe you don't. Maybe I'm infuriating you by mentioning the man. Who knows? I don't know. But anyway, that's where
Yeah,
as an American,
quite possibly you just lit the whole comment section on fire.
I think it's cool. I didn't say it sounds like that. It just
Oh, no.
reminds me of it.
Burned the whole house down with everyone inside. Locked the door so no one could leave.
All right. Let's keep going here. I really like, and the other thing I like about this is that each singer is like spacing themselves out, and when it's their time, they're gone. You don't see them anymore. It's just like it's
like
definitely
they do their roles, and and each one of them helps to carry the song.
Right. And then they step out when it's not their chance, and then it's about whoever.
Yep, on to the next scene.
Yeah, it's really cool how they're doing it, and I love the stage setup. It's very very extravagant. All right, here we go.
We must resolve this human equation. We're already dead if we don't try. To welcome challenge, generic variation. Stop the machines, prepare to die.
Pitch modulator on the keyboard. Ooh. That's gnarly. Yeah, nice bass again. Seems like this is like a transitional part that happens. Uh-oh, it's all of them. There's Simone up there. Picked it up right there. I like that. All those voices.
We
that's got to be Arjun right there. Nice cut off. Nice.
Yeah, she's wearing a Pikachu shirt. That's great.
I don't know why you would put that right in the middle like that. All right. I think that's it.
12 minutes?
It's 12 minutes.
Wow, that just
go.
flew by.
It was really good. I
Wow.
think he's got kind of a good thing going there. He gets to write these songs, arrange all this stuff, and then he can
And have all these awesome people, you know, play them and sing them and have all these amazing cameos and
Yeah.
all these amazing singers doing these different roles and stuff. That's really cool.
Yeah, I enjoyed that a lot. It was really
Yeah,
cool.
seeing Simone Simmons, Hansi Kurdish.
So there were, I guess, because of the fact that this was a live performance and there was multiple songs, some of the people that came up on stage hadn't sung in this particular song, but it was cool to see them all there. I think you also have to let us know where in the show this occurred. It looked like toward the end, if they're pulling all these stars out at the end. But you always let us know exactly what, where that was in the show. But I thought it was great. I had a fun time watching that. I don't know all of the singers. I think Sam may know a few more of them than I do.
A few of them,
Yeah,
not
but
all of them.
we're not super power metal fans exactly, but I do love a lot of what you guys have suggested so far. It's really interesting, and taking a music and making it into a narrative where you can tell a story is always interesting to me. It's like kind of like a musical, but not as cheesy, I would say, or not as not quite as dramatic.
Any rock band that's able to take an album and turn it, or take a story and turn it into music that someone can listen to as a story.
Right.
Not everybody can do that.
No.
And make it, or I wouldn't say not everybody can do that, but there's a fine line between doing something that's conceptual and something that comes across as artful, and then there's doing a concept album, just because you can, or just because, or for whatever gratuitous reason.
Right.
There's something, there's stuff that comes across as art, and then there's other albums that come across as pompous. I'm not going to say who, you guys can fill in the blanks yourselves. Some of my favorite, rock operas or concept albums, like Queensryche's Operation Mindcrime, like I said before, The Who's Tommy, Quadrophenia, those are like the inspiration behind those, like, Wasps, The Crimson Idol. I think I've mentioned that album before.
Yes.
Blind Guardians, Nightfall in Middle Earth. Well, that's more like telling different stories from the Silmarillion as opposed to like telling every single story. I mean, if you were to do every single story from the Silmarillion, you'd have like a whole string of albums for that. 'Cause that's like the Bible when it comes to the Lord of the Rings.
Oh, I
you get points if you can't read it. You get points for trying.
Yeah, he's Ayreon. He's got a very good imagination, and I think he's got a good strong vision, and I think that's what makes these songs work so well. So
Yeah.
props up to him. I think it's really interesting, and if you guys do, let us know what you want to see next, and we'll happily jump on more of these, whether they're live like this, the DVD,
Or another music video,
yeah.
or a studio session video.
I do like their other live stuff just to see the interaction with the singers and stuff. So
The interaction with the crowd and
Right.
pulling it off on stage.
yeah.
That's really, really cool that they do that.
Let us know what you'd like to see in the next video, and we'll definitely jump onto that. But in the meantime, we are Offset Era.
We are 2/3 of Offset Era, based out of sunny Southwest Florida. We are a 3-piece, all-original punk core act. If you're interested as to what punk core entails, we have an extensive playlist of all of our original music, new and old, for you to check out, and a fresh, brand new EP called Top Shelf Villain, which will be digitally released Friday, March 22nd. So mark your calendars.
Can't wait for that. You guys, we've been working on that for so long, working on a concept of a video, so hopefully that will be up shortly as well. Top Shelf Villain, 6 new songs, and stay tuned here. We'll be posting some additional promo leading up to that date, along with maybe a video teaser with all the songs, so you can kind of get an idea. But we also have some shows coming up.
That's right. Friday, March 29th, we're going to be at the Herd Opera House in Arcadia, Florida. That's going to be a fun show. Like we were there, I think it was May of last last year.
Yeah.
When they were still doing renovations following Hurricane Ian, but I've seen some pictures and the renovations look fantastic. You know, the theater looks fantastic, and it's supposed to be haunted, so that's gonna be a fun night.
It's gonna be awesome.
And then April 12th, we're gonna be at Beach Records in Fort Myers, Florida, with Dead End Collective and a handful of other bands. I don't have all the details just yet, but once we do, we will, you know, forward all the information to you guys, have a flyer out and everything.
Yep. More to be announced on that show. And the last little detail we want to share with you is we have launched a Patreon. For those who asked, there's been a few of you.
Finally done it.
Yeah. Well, we're toying with the idea of sponsorships. We were toying with the idea of Patreon. We decided to go this route. Sponsorships tend to be kind of toxic, from my opinion, and a lot of the videos and a lot of the emails that I've received just aren't real, so it's hard to determine who's what and what's real,
who's legit, and what, you know, what's legit, what's not. And...
Right. So this is the best way to do it. Also, I don't know if some of you have noticed that some of our videos do get copyright blocked from time to time, which means we have to go through some drastic measures to censor the video, make it, you know, transparent, put logos and stuff to try to fool the YouTube algorithm to let the video be published.
Yeah, some of our baby metal stuff, or
a lot of anything, really.
Yeah,
anything that has like a copyright on it. So when those videos get blocked, our Patreon members will be able to sign into Patreon and see those videos
uncensored.
Yeah, so our original format with just us in the corner, you'll be able to see the entire video without any logo or anything else on it. So
none of the blurry bars or bleeps and the profanity.
Yeah. We'll also be trying to add some additional content as things kind of progress. So if we start to see that it takes off, we'll start adding more behind the scenes stuff, outtakes, things that you guys will suggest. So if you have suggestions on what you'd like to see on Patreon, feel free to let us know as well.
Yeah, we'll look into that. You know, like that's really cool. You know, behind the scenes, you know, gag reel stuff, just stuff that really goes on to show you guys what we're doing and who we are, and you know, just show that we're having fun with this.
Right.
That's really cool. I dig that.
Yeah. So we're going to have fun with our Patreon. If that sounds fun to you, check our link in the description. Go and subscribe and become a Patreon member.
And best of all, you'll be supporting us.
Yes.
So thank you.
Yes. Well, that's it for this video. We want to thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Let us know what you want to see in the next one.
And we'll see you then.
We'll see you there.